Yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, JD Miles. The Mgtows they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate Mgtow at the same time, and I'm back again. For today's topic of discussion, why are they only looking at Mgtow through a single lens while disregarding all the other lenses? And surprisingly enough, this came from a person outside of YouTube who shall I would say have complete interest in the Mgtow philosophy. Even though he's not a Mgtow. But he's been watching and he wanted a Mgtow's take on it. And which his question was, why do these fools only look at Mgtow through a single lens while disregarding all the other lenses pointing at Mgtow? Then they wonder why their arguments fall short. Because their minds are limited. Second, they only want to go by what they believe what Mgtow is. And three, let's just be upfront and real. They're intellectually lazy when it comes to these type of situations. This is the reason why you got these sad sacks going around trying to give out their version of what Mgtow is about. But let someone turn around and ask them, have you ever talked to an actual Mgtow on what Mgtow's about? Suddenly it becomes a mystery. And as I've been saying, look, we don't bite over here. If you have a question, why are you afraid to ask us? And yes, they are afraid to ask Mgtow these hard-hitting questions. This is why they go to second-hand, third-hand sites thinking that they'll give them the answer to Mgtow, and even they don't even know the answer to Mgtow. Which makes himself even more of a bigger fool because they relied on another site who thought they have Mgtows figured out, and even they don't know shit. But back to the question at hand. Why are they only looking at Mgtow through a single lens while disregarding all the other lenses? Here's one Amazon Prime example here. When I hear these clowns sit there and say, "Oh, Mgtow are just men who have a hard time getting with women and this, that, and the third." Now this is an easy count. Now this is going to be an easy counter to that claim, because keep in mind, some of these men in the Mgtow philosophy were once married, now divorced. Some more than once. But wait a second. If they are divorced, then that right there should tell you that they had no problem getting women. So they're going to say that a man who was married, now divorced, is having a hard time getting with women? What about the men who are part of the Mgtow philosophy, like myself, who has kids? Which begs the question, what do kids come from? Okay then. So these men who are fathers, who are part of the Mgtow philosophy, are they saying that these men have a hard time getting with women even though they got kids by women? What about the Mgtows, like myself, who hit it and quit it, smash and dash? Oh, they have a hard time getting with women too. See how that claim does not make any sense? And in all our honesty, the majority of Mgtows, myself included, we had our interactions with women before. In other words, we wouldn't be in the position that we are today. But but society wants people to believe that MGTOWs have a hard time dealing with women. See, this right here lets you know just how intellectually lazy these fools who make these claims really are. In fact, I'll go the extra mile and say this. They are so fucking lazy that they don't even take the time to do actual research. The only thing they could do is give out their own version to what Mgtow is about. Then they wonder why their arguments constantly fail. In fact, they so clinging to that one and only one reason that they disregard all the other reasons men become Mgtow. And yes, Mgtow is like Reese's peanut butter cups. There's more than one way to become a Mgtow. But they so focused, so but they so focused, so obsessively entrenched into just only one reason. Like that's the end all be all. You hear most of this shit from not only the MGTOW haters, the dating roaches, even the ones on the who calls themselves standing on the outside looking in, thinking they got MGTOWs figured out, only to make themselves look like a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh, I got MGTOW figured out. Oh, okay, so what's MGTOW about? Oh, it's the fact that these men have a hard time getting with women, and that's where you lost your argument. Especially when the majority of MGTOWs not only had interactions with women with no problems, some were married that ended up being divorced, some have children. So basically, MGTOW can't be about these men having a hard time getting with women. Hmm? And why are we not paying attention to the other reasons why men become Mgtow? Say for instance, some some got divorced, others others is paying child support, especially for children that not theirs. Oh, they're not. Oh, that's not a good. To y'all, that's not a logical reason that they're being Mgtow. What about the men who were falsely accused of rape and sexual assault? Another reason why men go Mgtow. Oh, that does not matter. But what about the men who wants to better themselves, who wants who wants to focus clearly on themselves and what they need to do as men, physically, financially, mentally, and spiritually? Oh, that's not a legitimate reason for them being Mgtow. Oh, the only reason why they're Mgtow is because they have a hard time dealing with women, and they wonder why their argument constantly fails. Oh, here's the doozy. When actual Mgtows correct them on their one-sided bullshit, they like children who don't get the toy or candy bar they want, they now wants to throw a tantrum. Oh, especially these dating roaches. Every time we destroy their claims, they always throw a hissy fit. Me, I find that shit comical. Sad, but comical. You see, by the end of the day, this is how you can tell when these clowns fail to do their research. And believe me, ain't nothing wrong with doing a full, thorough research on what you're talking about. And while they at it, if they have questions about Mgtow, why are they scared to ask a Mgtow? Ask me a question. I'll answer it for you. Ask any Mgtow a question, they will answer it for you. What? What? Are they scared that these Mgtows will bite? No, Mgtows will not bite if you have a question. Instead, they would rather go to these secondhand, third-hand information sites giving out their versions of Mgtow, and even they looking like a bunch of fucking idiots, thinking they got Mgtow figured out, but don't know shit. Or in the words of Guru from my favorite rap group, Gangstar, they think they know the whole, they don't even know the half. They can only go by what they believe is Mgtow is about compared to what Mgtow is actually about. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. You know that. Y'all know that saying: expectation versus reality. What they think Mgtow is versus what Mgtow is actually about. So they want to cling on to the expectation, but they can't handle it when reality is brought to the table when it comes to the Mgtow philosophy. Yeah, and it's also, as that old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And yeah, we could tell you all about Mgtow, but will they listen? Or will they continue to go on by their own understanding and make themselves look like complete idiots in the process? That's on them. Especially after we Mgtows told them what Mgtow is truly about. But hey, they want to look like a fucking joke. I say let them. By the end of the day, who's taking them seriously? But nevertheless, I said what I had to say on the matter. I'm done, and I'm out this bitch. Later.